not include electricity. And the Rhapsody see and Kyle say, while electricity one over topo, and the Shannon so. More North Legon, so peaceful lane, Ablo AJ, and the a very, very nice place. But what the answer which me have for Rhapsody apartment. Ghana number here +233 5538 30229 +233 5538 30229 and UK number here +44 744 5311 265 +44 744 5311 265. I know your UK number no. Email rhapsodyproperties@yahoo.com. The Rhapsody apartment and pay and so ebo chidom. Ntianche na yebeko yenim anope na to agbede so minka wanope nso se enua ba a ofri mu Patricia ba Patricia Owusu aka Jewa Mensa a ofri mu no 21st of 27th of June 2026 and ne ye no beba so na 8:30 a.m. Ewo T Crib and Sons and a church service no Victoria House Beckton E6 5 PA na at 11 a.m. no omekwa kujene chira kwan ewo City of London Cemetery and as a crematorium Aldersburg Road London E12 5 DQ na ne mmenda no ebe ye no beba so on the 27th ewo Broadwater Farms Community Center number 1 Adams Road N17 enti ubetumi afra enua akwesi 0755 1129076 and answer Erajua it was 075 72303 785. Angelina was 078 1182 6843. Tienua ba Patricia Owusu aka Ijewa Mensa of Frimono and she said no sofo Pastor David Amponsa of Frimono forever will remain a man of peace and the homecoming ebaso day 1 dress code near all black na burial no on the Friday the 12th 10:30 a.m. Friday the 12th of June 10:30 not just a week Friday Christchurch Broadway Bexley Heath DA6 7BT na second no dress code near black and black and dress code no second day near black and white and near the homecoming 13th June 2026 the year no bebaso New Home Leisure Center 281 Prince Regent Lane +2 E13 8 SD and on the on the third day no the Thanksgiving service in Tianshan so Thanksgiving service no baso titu and so the All Saint Catholic Church School All Saint Catholic Church High School or 6 to 16 Ames Road and Ames Park Road London N16 5AF I know your Thanksgiving service in Tianshan so your papa we are expecting the following ministers and homecoming funeral service on 13th of June and 14th of June. Yamin ko bibia sofo and so no. Now a fully furnished room be available. Camden area, into Camden town, and the Wi-Fi wo ho bibia wo kama na say Wi-Fi wo ho. Ti bobodi an say ubetumi enso afre na which means £720 per month, inclusive all bills and free Wi-Fi. For 078241 86222 078241 86222. Tienshan Sune Queen Mano Pay, Hot Digital Online UK, and Utie. No pain swing Kyle say the one large and small room be and so Beckton. One large and small room be our Beckton. It is a open large room and a small room. Our Beckton now a single occupant. I guess untumi nipa mienu untumi share and nipa bakope. +44 795 639 0380 +44 795 639 0380. Ntiano honsem enso no enche na menka o se yenu ba Lady Gaga. And so Lady Gaga and so Emami and Efrimunti Lady Gaga and pay Yama Yako any Ebushafo Umami Efrimu or my Ghana anti Lady Gaga and Mami Salome Anochiwa aka Eno Salo on the 20th and Lady Gaga bear Mammy ye MPP 4 year pa no anti Lady Gaga or say Umbejano no noa nkobeba anti 6 p.m. to midnight our Broadwater Farms Community Center normal 1 Adams Road anti Lady anope nyaminka ho mame Salome Anochiwa awo frimono ne yen beba so on the 20th of this month Lady Gaga anope emoachi yako enim na to admeden so tew enche na ebedin komo but before that yenko okay 11.7 FM na yenti na poso ye ba beto aso
agenda say what issue statement Debbie, if you want to crack the whip if heads must roll and let's stop all this akwana even is Kofi Noah where Kofi Noah government new Kofi Noah government new it's Kofi Noah. Yeah, you are just deceiving yourself. Say we will build the ark. No one will build the ark here. So Kwame, it's disturbing. And because of the work I do these days on the African continent, Kwame. It's sad. It's sad. But well, it's up to them. 4 years wherever. Myanmar are buying a loser elections. Kwame. And just to add, when he said last year, under a certificate of urgency, a so-called certificate of urgency, Parliament passé amendé the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. Do you know they want to touch the Heritage Fund? Yes, they want to touch the Heritage Fund. That's another conversation we'll have. But we'll make sure that this government does not touch the Heritage Fund. Let them continue giving themselves awards. But as for the Heritage Fund, it was passed in 2011. The PRMA was passed in 2011 under President Mills. Come in near Corso, again Corso, and Sana, ye pass PRMA. Na ene, mufise under certificate of agency. But the Musabeka Heritage Fund, Mubwakra, Monkosona Mama award. But Ghana, the revolution is still on. Let them continue.
Any Mamina was say, Namin saying Yampamana, I will be at James say, says NDC, wouldn't you? Now I call myself so passionately.
I saw the NDC go up. Yawomi and to move, Yawomi and Sana NDC ba. Yawomi and Sana PNDC ba. That's a little bit apple. Say why apple, so mumpo, make a quanido. Obia into me palming for NDC. Yan NDC me by you. Ye who ye, and I do my ye. Nobody can sack me from the NDC. And I remain NDC. But you see, Kwame, these days, I'm more of a nationalist. I'm a nation builder. Nation builder is a MPP year at year, not a year. Why? We will thank them for doing it. Back to this issue of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act. I'm sure you are aware, or you can go and check. Who names Anjada 1111? Hospitals now you see. 60% of the budget was coming from our petroleum revenue. 60% of the budget was coming from the petroleum revenue. And then I buy for Biaba. Almost say, almost find Juma. So they are wasting the 60% of the budget of the petroleum revenue that was used for Agenda 111. And then what about a big push? Is the same petroleum revenue and a big push. Or Chinana by foot will be so bad. Not a big push na moyeno. Almost a month was what. Mami, and then you can in petroleum revenue. ego. Na yesi yanchina si semi NDC minti bone koso amamenka. Obi MPP minti bone koso onka. Kwame, we shall speak in this country. Nobody, I remember how we passed the Petroleum Revenue Management Act in 2011, and we set up the Public Interest Accountability, PIAC. Nasa ene tise PIAC. Kachre say eti petroleum revenue nego. Nakokwa nyido Mr. NDC wa benanti menka. Na kupon pengu. You want to touch the Heritage Fund. Even Bank of Ghana, which is the manager of the fund, you didn't consult them before amending the act in Parliament. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, we will speak.
Miracle, you know, Mamma was not missing and Pampa, my wife.
I said, have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Orakoku Anidoho, a CEO, Mills Institute, and I actually former Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, and I can come okay 10.7. So, Mammy, if I went for Nafi and Twasum Koyanim, end point, homeopathic doctor,
my deepest sympathy to
all
all individuals.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
To those who have lost valuable possessions, homes, livelihoods, and personal property, we recognize the emotional, social, and economic toll these events have imposed on families and communities, and wish to assure the government remains committed to supporting recovery efforts. The recent floods once again underscore the urgent need for collective action to address the long-standing challenge of flooding.
Ministry
where your works and housing in our cities and collective action. I don't know what
NGO being
where your Ministry of
NGO
Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources.
Oh, come on.
Collective. I say while climate change and the increasing intensity of rainfall continue to place enormous pressure on urban infrastructure, human activities remain a significant contributor to the severity of flooding across the country. As His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama rightly observed at a recent town hall meeting in London, Ghana's flooding challenge is largely exacerbated by indiscipline in human settlement and environmental management. The President noted that the indiscriminate disposal of waste into drains and water courses, the unauthorized construction of buildings on waterways and wetlands, and the failure to comply with planning regulations continue to obstruct the natural flow of water and increase the risk of flood. Everybody knows this. We do not need the president to tell us.
That's why Mibusa said, is it from the ministry?
Yeah, we're a ministry.
It is,
they are rehashing what the president
and that's another helpless situation.
Yes, but it's not as if say human activities that causes at the end to mean your home baby.
And to when the
almost say these observations reflect a reality that confronts many communities across the country: encroachment on water retention areas, poor drainage maintenance, unregulated development, and inadequate enforcement of planning and sanitation bylaws have collectively worsened the impact of seasonal rains, particularly in rapidly urbanizing areas such as Accra. We already know this, Dada. Government therefore wishes to emphasize that our cities do not lack laws or engineering expertise. What it lacks is the collective discipline. What does that mean? And will of all key stakeholders to enforce laws that already exist. Addressing the flooding menace requires a shared responsibility between public institutions, local authorities, traditional leaders, and all citizens. Sustainable solutions can only be achieved when communities actively support efforts to protect waterways.
No, we are game pan on much sanitation. You're game pan on church. No, game pan on church. I
can't even believe.
Because we did. Please.
Where almost saying, in response to the current situation, the ministry, through the Ghana Hydrological Authority, in collaboration with the National Disaster Management Organization, MMDAs, the security services, and other relevant agencies have activated a series of immediate interventions and emergency response measures in affected areas.
Jedikai, Obi, the ministry is not on top because this.
Okay.
These get it in the constant. Oh, please.
These include almost the deployment of emergency response teams to affected communities, provision of relief items to displaced households, assessment of damaged infrastructure, and intensified desilting and drainage maintenance activities in critical flood prone in Suena area.
At this point there.
Okay, the ministry is also undertaking ongoing measures aimed at reducing flood risks across the country. These include accelerated drainage improvement projects, including the desilting and clearing of major drains, channels and culverts, rehabilitation and expansion. Over the long term, the ministry, through the relevant institutions, commits to implementing a comprehensive and sustainable flood management strategy. Where's the housing ministry there? I think we should grow as a people beyond the politics of optics. So optical politics now. And I started on another another brofo or camp brofo, President Muhammad Yonim Kasa or a communicator. Anyway, those things have proven to be hugely ineffective, and we should grow away from that. Say, Omanpenyi akasa ye wetimi achire problem e wa kra.
I don't know how people reason.
Everybody knows. And that's not what we need from our elected officials.
So Mr. Obina,
their job is not to advise and.
If this is what the Ministry of Works and Housing at this critical point.
A complete brofo no match good papers. Brofo.
Say, Adiano. Honestly, Obi, Ajimi Semo,
because you could see clearly, say,
no.
Before your name said June in Sio Eto.
That is where I was coming to.
Before June,
especially in this case, the Metro for Kraka in Sio Beto to Sabri. You know, and they started on matters of climate change, knowing very well that it will happen. Knowing very well.
Really?
So, Mr. Ebasa, now. You know, that's what I'm saying. You don't have it.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Only partisan decisions in government. So that's the challenge.
And I was right now.
Because assembly is one man. If we have very effective, efficient assemblies,
say I can be bass, lawyers and Yiba. Not in a car. Be a VIP and I could accident near the Umbawa. It need the people who go around the moon. Yaman Chadi, somewhere in 2000 and I think 5. And no 2004 years. And also engineering for the million of cancer. Oh, move it to me, yes. Now, I say you do a hospital. I'm a you're booming. Germany, make German, from Germany. No catch them and say, really, I had some papa. I carry an accident you buy, may a Barclays Bank for no more call use, Yanni. And no accident. The government transport, Nipama, the woman in Abba conformity. And my general hobby. Nipano, you who track because woman could be the form mattress is to have. A bracket na nyamin chadi na then minister for finance na nipa bi kan wonto also call you need to
wafa Dr. Bafo Pokwa testimony watch yawo
yo me gena so enti na oba ho no e no so be famous na sa na hati na me say we kura no hu we kura bi na cars na emi edu dia yi hu na mane e na me jami me di gu na so me say tie pe a standalone accident center. In the accident center na buy. Tie ye ni e de call ye de call o ye de call ma minister for and fire. You didn't feel me and son. A year accident center for the finish one. Accident center, no number of beds, holding 900 intensive care, be away, theater for Honiati. You said they now can 67 on the one say on the beer or more come one. But in emergency beds, in emergency beds. Into the send the bay as an emergency level 1. I just think the helipad in our slow. The BBA here 2005. 3 years in the years. I'm a neo HIPIC. Accident center in Iraq for at the HIPIC Sika. The debate treaty a year at the HIPIC new people. Any day accident center. Make them be bill. The say, a buying be or no any CDB so by year, especially upon the yes, Cassie or Qua and our wadi. Indeed, we yes, would the upon dinner a year. I did see when this one I say it was mechanical priority. Between I am an ambroso. Indeed, Kakaka crack in the accident of for what it is a ma a one high crack. In the Dika short, so a yard for flag is also a for further saying it me operations or them say a for dental for no any ENT for the operation on is a name or in almost use any polyclinic for no. They confound it by a crack. And I was 2008 in a Iraq of Fortune Saka say, Regency Nibuha, woman need regional hospital, Shanty regional hospital, and a copper Eurojet project by, and I say almost say, Syria Eurojet project as a regional hospital, 250 bed, scan by and Iraq of 4, the MPP about McCoy, and NDC for by and almost here, contact. Here say Eurojet project. 9 projects. In the Ashanti region, Eurojet project ni yunya mako and 9. Bako any military hospital warfare. Mako 500. Abibia honka. No any regional hospital was Sevilla. And so 250 beds. Next say no 750 beds. Nanka abe mako for not one in hand because military hospital no be referral center. Regional hospital by secondary referral center. I say, Arabia, visit for and the beating a corner for Ashanti region base. In a Sunday, Ashanti region, Pan, Sunday, another 60 base, quarter part. Any day, another 60 base, so bar, corner. And not the Quiet Hospital, so 2004, the Quiet Hospital, and the Takwa Hospital. And MPP government will afford the buy. Almost a Takwa hospital, nothing. Not the quite the the same project, African Development Bank. And then you're inside because governance here continuity will be back now. Quite also the 20 in the crying. Eura email buy in 2009, and I also bet to us. Our way, I want to me and you be quiet. Tema is about Bemu in 2017, and a copy is Cassos, and the year the Quiet Hospital, the Quiet Hospital of the Crown. And NDC also almost for Mena and Nikuma Urasi. See me cash anti region quantum. And so it will be a friend NMS project. I also do be a moment me buy and I mean, Chadia, just about 12 to my year per home to my say for Mena 120 days. And the Kumaushu 120 beds. I am soon a year. Now the Akano. Tell me COVID the buy, and you who say COVID the buy, a tray say Ghana hanging a nimpa, P.U. Ghana. In fact, pie friend say, will be carried in deny a friend of high dependency bed, and I say, the old contency guiding him as your honeymoon at the honeymoon. Now, if you dare take you over, no. And look at the boo apart from Confornochi, Ashanti region. Confornochi emergency water near warm say, what about is it 12 beds or no? Ibini baby, a Ashanti region. Okotamala, Homo as an emergency center, no more Kakrebu, and Abacole Bushwa, almost a creative, and the hospitals, new ones, about to say UGMC, Bank Hospital, and a Maritime Hospital. It's near them called full free, Boga. Because Dr. Bia will near COVID and I do. Because the helicopter fano, and then a bar, echo, UGMC ɛkɔhwɛ no yɛde ma no ho tɔɔ no nti nyɛ de nkɔfoɔ bɛsɛ bia yɛ pɛmpa ma wei pɛmpa po bi ɛna yɛwura ba wo mmea office ɛkɔyɛ wɔn ka kyerɛ sɛ doctor ɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ research bi ne ahwɛ mpa dodoɔ a ɛwɔ because asɛ emergency ɛyɛ ba COVID ne ba ama nipa ho kyerɛ no yie nti wɔn kɔyɛ ba yɛ na wɔn ka sɛ wɔn ho sɛ district no maako aduɔtwe wɔtwe inni hospital yɛde ɛfrɛ no sɛ obi yare a na wofiri chip center ne kɔ health center ne polyclinic a yɛbɛnya baabi nnakɔ mɛma example the whole of atwakɔ amoma sɛ na yɛnni district hospital obi yare a kyerɛ de no kɔ dɔm no ase anaasɛ yɛde no fa kaa fa yɛadeɛ de bɛkɔm ase anaasɛ ofiri twɛdeɛ a ofiri twɛdeɛ hɔ ananamu anaasɛ nyino so adeɛ de bɛkɔm ase the same thing wokɔ baabi te sɛ upper west waa west si a how the health center ketewa bi na wɔ hɔ ɛhɔ koraa na physician assistant hɔ nti kyɛ sɛ the whole district na bɛyɛ about 140,000 people no doctor baako koraa ni hɔ physician assistant baako koraa ni hɔ nti midwives na ɛyɛ adwuma wɔ health center hɔ nti kyɛ sɛ mpa yɛ fɛ ne mpa hospital mpa no the whole country na ho akɔ atwea nti ɔbɛka kyerɛ yɛn no yɛyɛ meeting ne ewura ba wɔn yɛdi yɛn nimu ɛna yɛka kyerɛ yɛdi president transeɛ one after yɛ transe kyerɛ ne yɛfrɛ Ghana Health Service Ministry of Health onyane de yɛ sɛ saa hospital situation no adeɛ ne yɛnyɛ ho bibi ne ewura president sɛ ɛna yɛnyɛ okae a ɔyɛ one of the State of Nation address fellow Ghanaians no ka sɛ 88 hospitals ɔbɛkae a nti yɛkɔ transeɛ saa hwee mu a ne yɛka sɛ district ni hɔ asɛ di two hospitals na kɔ hɔ ɛne baabi wɔ so a na ɔsɛ ana sɛ kyerɛkyerɛ no how the system is no nti na da bi ana mehwɛ a no wɔn a ne wɔn yɛ adwuma as a presidential adviser no wotu wɔn foɔ na wɔn te health na so wɔn te aseɛ ntɛntɛntɛntɛm na mekyerɛkyerɛ wɔn the levels of care wofiri chip center waba maternity homes ne polyclinics ne health centers na sa na waba the first referral center yɛfrɛ no district hospital na emu yɛ nea ɔkɔ second referral center hɔ na specialist ne nkɔfoɔ pii wɔ yɛfrɛ no regional hospital afei na ɔkɔ tertiary institutions sɛ kɔnfoɔ anɔkye ne kɔlɛgo no wɔn mu deɛ nka ɔsɛ nka egya wɔn mu na wɔn kyerɛ apɔmuden nkɔlaa n'adeɛ nursefoɔ pharmacyfoɔ doctorfoɔ na wɔn yɛ research na wɔn de nneɛma foforɔ bɛkeka ho na yɛawie mu ɔde yɛde kɔ hɔ but ɛni saa system no because yɛfa obiara na ɔdu kɔnfoɔ anɔkye yɛfa obiara na ɔdu rich hospital yɛfa obiara na ɔdu UGMC yɛfa obiara na ɔdu kɔlɛgo ɛna ɛma no bɛɛ syndrome no ba no ɛsaa so a na ama apɔmuden adwumayɛfoɔ no doctorfoɔ ne nursefoɔ no nyinaa ɔsɛ di wɔn nyinaa tena saa hospitals no nti obi wɔ hɔ no wonim sɛ amekɔ ha yɛde mbɛkɔ kɛseɛ mu deɛ amenkɔ kɛseɛ mu prɛko ba yɛwɔ saa hospitals yi a yɛfrɛ no agenda 111 yi wɔ across the country a yɛtumi hɔ koraa de hɔ yɛ training yɛde nkɔlaa no kɔ hɔ ɛkɔyɛ practical training nursefoɔ kɔ yɛ practical training doctorfoɔ kɔ hɔ pharmacyfoɔ kɔ hɔ ne yɛmuvu hospital staff no specialist no pii kɔ yɛ decentralize on woka sɛ obi nkɔ baabi nkɔyɛ adwuma wobɛnya biribi ayɛ adwuma nti wɔ ɔnwinwi ebi ɛdan wɔ hɔ a wɔbɛtena mu ebi kɔ a playground kindergarten nyinaa wɔ hɔ ne nyinaa yɛ plan a yɛyɛ for agenda 111 nyame nkyɛ adeɛ yɛhwɛ yɛ no saa mmerɛ no yɛkɔ debt restructuring yɛ DDP nti yɛntumi nkɔgye loan ɛna yɛwura president ka sɛ na deɛ na ɛyɛ more legacy project anaasɛ heritage project sɛ yɛde yɛ fan wɔ ɔyɛ sika revenue bɛnya no bi no ɛbɛtumi ayɛ na yɛtumi asate hospitals yɛ a yɛnkɔgye ɛbosea especially the psychiatric hospital mmienu a yɛsi no baako wɔ middle belt ɛwɔ ɔdwe ɛwɔ bosomtwe ɛwɔ adwoso municipality ɛne tamale metropolis to serve the northern sector ne middle belt because mental hospital ɛwɔ nyina psychiatric hospital nyinaa ɛwɔ mpoano ankafo ɛne Accra psychiatric hospital a yɛsi no bɛ 1914 ɛne pantaya yɛwura kwame nkrumah social esi maaye nti wɔn nso bɛ sɛ yɛyɛ bi wɔ kuma Ashanti region na nsɛvo middle belt ne baako so nkɔ yɛfrɛ no sɛn tamale na nsɛvo the northern belt sɛ bɛyɛ a nursefoɔ ne doctorfoɔ ɛkɔyɛ psychiatry affiliation na wɔn nso wɔtu kaa firi ebi firi pasa ebi firi henehene gyinapa na wɔn nyinaa bɛsena kɔ ada ankafo anaasɛ panta ɛsɛ ɛno afiri hɔ na wɔn ayɛ adwuma no wɔ hɔ ana obi so yare a to me, say, also a genital and the year able to say mental hospital. I heard you in himself also to be our mental hospital bed, but if baby a bit my tree near research, near German Colanso, the young of OP, I may say, man. You didn't account on 111. Any the new regions, almost would miss only new regional hospitals. That's 6 regional hospitals. Set up at the Sokahon, if you want a training center, this will be a teaching hospital. Here, the Sano, any 111 hospitals. Any can't.
It is sir idea a year agenda 111. Your own ingenuity.
A vice president, and I know a vice president, you were about me, and a junior honor, any Beka, any transfer, any boy, and 18 bears, and the president would get 2. The president Akada. Be our say go for the agenda 111 by and the vice president and my advisor from one on and to me and I see. But the woman I say go for say agenda 111 not you need budget you need to be a dao. Ghana Hana young physical to hospitals and in my union other say you could be Busia or Abuji. And I say oh will be home. And I say any Jessica with the president say district hospitals and 2 psychiatric hospitals. Yenny I am fire sika. Yen Togwa Yenya, ye revenue in any bill. It says ye shall see ye did COVID, she can be IGC World Bank on $100 million equivalent dollars. Any of the shall see. And that ye sign a did if really be above budget formula allocation and they found war revenue Yenya. The more how much you move. A son, a copy a friend of keepers. And a keepers in my move 20%. Yes, I owe him one. Found all revenue being a piano, nearly 14%. Any idea, Kakaka, you can be share there 100 and about 102 of the hospitals. You go one in your factory.
But, Doc, dear, and this is buying by your own say. One must not any committed fund be. Name a year. Mwana mu improvise okay ska we nke be we ye fa kwahya enti na amma saade ni na aye store no
kwame enne me kan de say simbo say ye ma wo mu hand over nose enye ne kure nne enye ne kure china tira me head aka say fan wo sika no 20% ABFA kepes no ane ba agena 111 no e de ya agena 111 no e wo hene akwala sika no wo hene fa wo mu de nyina AC market. That is their priority. Only a big push. That is their priority.
Almost diverted the career agenda 111. Any a year market here in Day or the Asempa now about 24-hour economy.
Yeah, Kwame, because also because the problem is when you be a film PIAC, Public Interest Accountability Committee. Okay, I said 2024. Somewhere around September, October, they went around again about 4 sites. Almost to one to say, keeping a cranker, ABF is can quite increasing. Now I'm finding the one because it is a beautiful project which is going on. Very massive infrastructure a year, this is the BIA we are that. But the BIA mechanism, Ghana Hano, massive we are saying, will be the president. And that's open so D or my name. Now, we na ambition be anywhere. No go away obey obi abetimi aye. Enti ye we president Kufuado, the next form say, fan wo sika no. Fan wo aye tu no. Ebedu be be san wo Dubai asa. But wo mu de ye ni ma kese na wo nya ho mfaso. Ye na mfaso wo so e kyen kwa me say district bia woni hospital benya hospital. Takere me. Enti me kan bi asisi say there was a dedicated funding from oil money and quite a more dedicated chain BBR. And I'm saying the war in Peswabia, so region Bia will be no. You call for a parliament, both the minority side at that time, the majority side. Our more finance committee made sure, say, apart from ABF, it's kind of only say, and no superior, no Sabaya, and I want to content them. Now, on my budgetary allocation, yes, I won't pass a budget. Woman or more finance committee in Busao. We always also had budgetary allocation. The first source, a startup money, no. COVID COVID fund of $100 million equivalent. Second one, which was dedicated, ABS above budget formula allocation, oil no sika, 20% of capers. And then the third one, so no, you know, so I said, a Mexican to know my become. Now, DNF said, with this sika, I said, a pomodino. Mena come yes, as I 1 3 and I say 24-hour economy now, one job, three shifts, 3 people. No. Everyone come yes, one job, three people, 3 shifts, 3 people.
But say one more day bay we share one manifesto ni said one say market in a bar will be bedigwa anopa no upon say na we are better so be an a background about to us no to say anadwo pe force wata ubenya bi anadwo pe drinks abegu ayi ma benya bi they be provide security police for be fa bi e be soldier for abaye for we adan na abaye ni we eye adwuma we so ya no we so ye adwuma na ke say e koso kema pa
ya na ne pakro no BBC na bi a BBC wo ho na wo yare no wo ya na so ra ne nato abobo ya ambulance ni de na hwe hospital na ma na wo be syndrome ba no so ati
asemu
pakro no on tiapo no wanye bi an ko hospital ko hwe no ana se wa kwa me ka ene won tiapo ka we to abadwuma we ma ye treasure
Debbie come to me ma
won tiapo enti ye say wo nkwa na wade me the best face health and I'm more example say a hospital ye 24-hour economy hospitals ye 24-hour economy from other because hospital every time ye ejuma wo and I come one find go to million na due to midnight
yes you said the be ya anopa no sorry obekọ adwuma nti o ye bibia de hye fridge manager
sa be se one the ton go to million na due wako bant ma dwum da
ai
omu nyina be ton ni ma oka akwa
ko Ebenezer Methodist ai
omu nyina ton
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Night markets or Germany. Bibia aye na town in the center of town no my market or my ahead that have once every month. Now we are they are more cleaning or come no be a sana yes man. Now all the attention could see a glass on a 24-hour economy January in front and far entity mind. Into you may basono. Into the sergeant and one no barber problem. So that conformity a bit me aye na papa na conformity aye na also ye. Now this to be in your hospital. Now men charge you shas you know. You know the hospitals will be near Washington region. Ya commission trade of Fulcrum. I don't know what you only 100 beds, now 200 beds. Accident emergency center were all the agenda one hospitals. The main charge severe hospital a shas here about 2009 in my name I will be engineering you have a pin say you buy it. Your TNSF is one, your commission severe hospital, your commission severe hospital on the 4th of January 2025. I didn't need to miss a well hospital. The infectious disease center 50 beds or intensive care or many BBR. And non cohabit a come away 300 beds. It will cut today. What come for the group now cast a year boomer, Quamunia 500 beds. And only a come listen. It may a minister or help Nakametiwa. A committee a conformity, a well a bunkan fason. Severe hospital nearby 18 months in or 60 million a year. The end also 60 million a year. Fulcrum, yes, also 60 million a year. Most of the agenda one hospital in the Ashanti region. Oko Balkesi, Oko Buamai, Oko Dansiasukwa, Oko Sutakwa, Oko Mankranso. Nina 70%, be a 60%, be a car. Omoko also near and by now, most of the hospitals now are 70% above Nkomoyi. Would they also buy a Shikana ho? Nanka also would the oil can crack to us. And about some of the hospitals, that was our plan. CNTN in number 2024. No, here we are most of the 2025. No, Nanka, you really Nanka, Babemo, Nanka, a bit maybe you up a 1 year and Colano will fear woman age money. There are a lot of nurses, one I can say about 100,000, no minister, 100,000 health workers to fear woman age money. Yes, I know. So, one thing in Fawo and Mawo because we need the physical capacity, and what can't train. But, yes, I name nothing. Chief executive or Tini Baby or in a it is a normal global best practice for any health manager. No for what you need be. If you're not a be a wire man, a country will be a
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
The toss will be at 525. Taking each of point one, the subsection, the disciplinary issues I work teaching hospital the Ghana Health Service. A board, no, and as a council on area. Minister and remember being say, most council, most spending will be 2 weeks. You know, what which you say, or the Koma woman say, woman, a board is suspended. The other now for phone now for a board was yes, in that.
Oh, you let any cancer board in the movement suspended.
Or say board, the second letter, and that's why they say board and one more recommending. So if you know that, why do you come out and tell everybody? I don't know any board for non kind of book. Because I say, more see, can see or yeah, because components in one hospital, I can see all.
All right, into Enche na I didn't come on pay. Doctor Inshansare, any attending Kano, na oye Doctor Penin pa obakaya bandada no. Na odi akotini wo papa. Oni yiti no nsema odi brand no pay. Ne ntumi afa ya correspondence eye nana ya preko. Ochna ene ni bedi nkomo na odi na poso ni nsema ekoso my Ghana brand. Yiti nsem ni bi. No sending command no pay. You take in some be a war and some course who coach you call Brema.
So come from my property. Maybe your love is too much. Baby, carry me go. And y'all do be a mommy want to me. And y'all call me a mommy want to me.
Jeffrey Treme also train life on a pay.
Fair. If you know
me, Minchia, Obi, Minchia, no pay, so we are papa.
From right here, from so many, so make a
guy, never quit in the man of pay.
Baby, I don't need me life. Baby, someone in my life. Baby, I don't need me life. Baby, someone in my life. You are my one and only baby. You are my one and only baby. Mediano. You are my one and only baby. Oh, you are my one and only baby. Mediano.
All right, here I'm calling him now to a great and this one of pay Hot Digital Online UK and pay. You're taking 15 minutes past the hour of 10. You're up to 11. Now, so for assuming any napam for and so the yam sem no bebre and pay. Taking 70 with ye Doctor in Siasa name Kwaku Anyidoho. And so the or say, and this will be to me permanent film on the Slovaka Nagri. Now, when you're in this, buy no person or call a heritage fund, as Uncle Yusike Frimu. Na oil sika. And I had the year agenda 111 by no must stop on some big push and only market 24-hour market. Internaga say the priorities has changed. Into Kukwani the say they shouldn't dare. So Mukako is KBF the Heritage Fund. John the Obekoswa Abba buying which maybe or yan Obeka and only Kukwani the Hunsama ETA anope. Now I'm saying to you.
Eva, Michia Ghana for you now. Oh, Chaskala, me boa basso, oh, ha, John Ghana music industry. O day or do about nas why my enjoying we crowds and the autonomy life as I be boom. Kala, why in Va, yeah, quite name no, me disappointed in President Mama say Ghana Commercial Bank for Aboka. And on approach you say, Oma Bokante Boam. A foot to a day more mono say, a dan Cassiana Pezacufa do Isima or mono. Omon cotton down now, omon rented part of a down, no more say Visica. Now, what to be that say, you baby, see a year dear permanent, I will turn our rented. Who name my boy more? Come on, you two, no man find your way, come fast or minion music. Now, a danger later now. Yaku could be a moment security, you know, woman, a boy, you sick at home, but I want a gun, you go, you store no mountain. Yet, Tom Ibrahim and as a young Tom Faramaya. I put where they have to bonnet. Now, Papa, no, ye disappointed in him, is there. Second, come in or present mamma, or the award of just say, was say near Macra more, or destroy near Macra more. Say, Valenta, what is a can of credit? Say, they are pomodinsi or near the market is you are. Which one would you take? Yet they have, as you walk near the market is you are, near him as serving and sending Obefa. Adentina, ye see agenda 111 hospital, and there Ghana, Uko Biara hospital bed a short. Because hospitals now one, and enough. And Dania is it I spoke was a lady refinity, 32-year-old worker, so government hospital or hospital bed in Indian. What should it inquire? Why say you deny or be a war or bar for your phone 9 good months? Then you may be sure no waff and a bar. Come on, hospital bed. And you a young lady I feel that will woo just like that. Now we are president tonight, yet the hospital as I was say completed. Where Jai Hospital ne goes to Kwakosi market. A gap ne we as a near Pomedia, ye did it. If we as a near Pomedia, the Aniquayano. This one more yare, now has to be clear to me, dear. He disappointed in him, a member no Buno say Libya. Heritage funds, cano, at the house at Torrenchem Betuya, my Ghana. That's Yakwatam. Could be the by, you know, could be so be a Sika Kromabi. A Sika at the home for emergency purposes. Yankasa, we na facosi, a gap, Mikomo Braqua. A bought 5 to 6 o'clock of a gapon. To be an oko drama, a bed and Quayana journal. Okay. Why Ghana also oversee 24 hours market? No, I don't understand. And a 24-hour economy, and you know but is existent. Me da hamratina me pese me money obi wo Ghana me fa me phone wa papa me send this kai ko. Nurse 4 years 24 hours. Police 4 years 24 hours. Hotels here 24 hours. Until date na be ka tell me so won na 24 hours economy. 24-hour economy no a demand and supply. Back in the days ana me here adwuma was Sainsbury. About 10 o'clock pet. Enipa ebe wura shop no nyina just endu be say 10. Now just imagine say what for security, what for cashiers, what for managers. Eguma say enipa ebe wura beto ade tell. How can you pay them? Yeah. Every 24-hour economy a scam, a demand and supply a scam. Ye hold on say 111 hospital na Ghanaian taxpayers can this year. All compete and no njai market no na mfa so be any so be ja hospital akosi edwa. It doesn't make sense.
Lawyer man say yet you to catch it. Ben phone who you my na I say mutwa. Oh. Position who kakra because I say oh ne munya papa. Ana obesa free some free. Some free. All right. Obuso for you.
Yeah, Valentine. That's it. My main channel in chief for now. Senior MPN DBA no say. Me ba fidie so na mesre obo ade ne na no mpaibo e ma John Dramani Mahama ene ye vice president say omobotaye akumapa ene adwempa omoma oman Ghana no nanom adaroma omombo awon na omombo mo ban na omutimi mboa oman Ghana na minua ye okase o se agenda 111 na o se hospital na nka me pe bisa say hospitals na mpani mu no hospitals ai sinsense wiemu ana say he na sa hospitals no wo enti enra na wo kan say MPP for ya say expressway no omo nti ase ade na kwanda de wo ho no omo hwe nye enti na do be agenda 111 no hospitals ya mi nua say mpanimu no emna na do wo na o maso ampa agu se bede mahama bai na wa besi sampa na ton ana say na sa hospitals no mpanim na na do anhwa mfa mpangum and also okwakusi agenda 111 na. This is the inconsistency, the double standard, like political inconsistencies are. Yeah, you who are here. Now also pay communication director, anti kwekubimpe, and you say on can something now person ko ni dibrana na say then. We come with him Valentine. They say Belarus president. Aton sa John Dramani Mahama say on person omo eden omo enhance cooperation between Belarus and Ghana in terms of agriculture, technology, and in the economic sector.
Okay.
Lisa on Tiasie.
Also, autocratic leader, what now 32 years on person basic for.
Name for eso omonpeno.
Also, Omakwan no mun tuaba. He doesn't want the democracy to be exhibited because only offers
Leah all can say me, Leah or Casas, Nanado by yes, you're a human rights activist, under the leadership as a president. Anna Belarus president, why and Leah and Country and Nadu say corner cocutuno for now on Concoy elections.
And so no human rights on Juma. Oh, what is no president that is no Macquarie and Tuabe, and no can on Caso being good to
Mahama and can determine Belarus the crown fast on your democracy.
Just any person you don't friend him.
We are today here crowd Burkina Faso I see and they'll go here. Policy sending to show Burkina Faso. Okay. And the fact is that our more democracy and our political structure is or no lean agreement officer M1. Doesn't mean that if there is any cooperation here, I take advantage of these two countries are into that cooperation. They be abo mind Ghana. I don't say Ghana President here our baby and here cannot or Nyamiama. It's even a vampire internet. That's it, Valentine.
Why ain't you? Ah, I'm here, ain't you?
When you were dear for Vanaki Metiano.
Ah, super.
The team on catch and not my bear a fair and if me tea, Namisha, I'm a Muruzzi colonial. Miss Jenny is President Mahama. I know him. Mestre pa agenda 111. A kwanya na omu fasro edi si sadan. Omfata kwa na market no market ye. But ubi anywa o wiasia oti wiasia asia obakaje market ne hospital. Ebo choose market.
Okay.
No hospital. The better say omani sika and on fanya idea beboa oman. A fire almost fast with the year agenda 111. But see a year a beboa a bet mamma omano akwenni. Na apude a year or manua. Anna bibia kebia a little ebe.
Okay.
The must ask really beam say Kumasi o road no. Mati uka almost say ye. A woman say ye. Nemo nintem so because ye should in the pa.
Okay.
Nintem so. That's when the other treasure and we are yet about we are yet. I didn't want the one yet. Yet the 2 me amount. Yet the on my Ika actually. Commodity na share contractor no also a yellow. A quite on the first one by year a jumano income ama Kumasi Aquantuno. I ain't taken abua on my Ghana.
Okay.
And then there was the and yet you buy 1 year now and 2 buy into my and also one share now on your inflow. Now humans who are promising you know. Say woman and you go ma on yes maka na me buy no obia manyanya tumi na wie enu nti no fa me ho but best say omomodina na won hwe no on solve that problem ya ka say abamu ana wo mu a de tumi ama wo no BBC na insese omba tu ombo ase apa ekwan e be fa so ni aye ayi sa de ne flow na ABC die mu demom akumasio so anabufuo mu ye dey take decisions bi a edi hoye be ba no so omomodi na omonte so
okay
say anope kakra me tiakani na afeli say emre to say me hunu bibi na me fi de emoa as o man emoa ye nyina ye beka yen ka ni say ebu na bam ana say ebu na ntia demom ye ka ama wa ye de beboa o man na o man letu
ya super lawyer mansie ene yetininka nyame hira obebre enti lawyer na yetininka no enche na move on quickly na ato admede no so anope kwampe ka enti o
eu do medatene akwanya it's edikan for na mitra ovekasai and those who are on their way led by a executive communications director in the person of Obaya. And I say, we'll call it out with a Finland. I sounded so childish for me.
I'm
try in what sense? The childish in a my person explain it better. We inherited a furnace, a pint, you inherit both assets and liability. And for him to come to say, oh, to see a hospital now, one far into you have one for the year, your mama, how when the car it is. And not the same thing, and I'll buy a Lee Casa, or buy a furnace, Lee Casano, buy a Ocean. I said, you have a listening problem. Lee was saying, he said, that man you are referring to who has invited a friend, said the incompetent one. That man or a dictator, he doesn't allow a friend say any election. What lasts to over 30-something years. That was what he was saying. And he said, obey it, then yes, he said, or you'll be a who believe in democracy, offer yourself. Now, you're to swabber. And when you be who say, Oman for the Pewana, or Oman for the now, man who can watch it to Ubiko Kata, or the now, to send a mama a year. So what will be a Casab watching you? It's your own money who. And the same person is always referring to Abosom. Matacho maybe say, if you are Abosom, if they have any powers, and say, or Ghana, you have a solution to. But some pie and Nakate and Anonum. So what they used to do olden days, no. So it make us a high and and that will happen to you. We are not saying that. And you know, if you have anything to do, go to them and tell them, say, you are becoming useless in the eyes of Ghanaians. Because in Suez, environment is deteriorating. And you are also late to my band on and I'll bow bumpire. Look how ever since you started praying this kind of prayers, experience is all been negative. And the Kobom Pioneer almost said, if you have access to them, tell them say crime is almost useless. What we are seeing and what we are experiencing suggests that they have no power.
Okay.
Now, we point Jomama all that he said in opposition. He lied to the people of Ghana. Anything I make us say, some of the IQs, this man was able to convince them, no. It was as a result of the way you're thinking faculty in the using of Ghana. Anything to me, and we know the way through. Or sign by the dear subject. Now, scientists I would make us all say, we create in the bar. Making sure that the Google so. Machine promises a memo 6,500. Also promises anti-LGBTQ plus. Or best side is also or your families of God in me. And I so for shame unto you guys who pray for this man. amojije na papa ajenasari and co enema humawie LGBTQ+ na ye born chaskele football asofo na nyame bebi samu bi papa
yate
kan yamu benya ni mo ntino ke nyama mo de ye papa obale open promises or ye bia papa na to atwene
yarase
and then license exam wouldn't say that's so cost ye that's so je sika 24-hour economy na ye kan ho ase and then why no offense market offense building market and say na ye and say bia na wo say oyobi o cash man na me hwe no wo be catch and say ye hwe diet yi na 24 hours no mo cash ye beton awache ne ho kro ne ba no and the diet asema na wo catch na say ase Ghana for sure mo diet yi no and no linkage be na wo
I mean, that's it. Mama, thank you.
Yo, Monsieur Bia. Oh, Metia, ya simple. I'm a crop of Pama, Hansu Akasa.
Mama,
anyway, oppose.
Obikasa on to liar now with them Yamana.
Oppose, Mamma comes in. Oppose. No solution, Africa. Please, God help us to have a solution for our problem. What pay 20,000 acres on us went to manage. But yes, still the hobby no. Obama Nkrofu assassin words reno. Nkrofu P before. Obelusu one assassin one done. A beer and 5 dunum bed there. There were yes, estate, them a quam come all yen down minnows or yen a abbey tama. A beer and dunum crumpled then Nkrofu there, no fun, the me, yes, cake, young poison in Yakubu Western region one. Biarum Pong and Juno Honda. Oh, Razi. What's it there? Abosum one tasset. Why ye Jimmy Papo? What's it? Mr. Mala. Make my bosom, bosom, papa no fraud. What's it? Your frown, no what sense. What's it? Into a young drink, one drink my phone. Near a bread. Oil, osa, that may be bacana. Gas, osa. What ye best your home group. No what, and gentle. Oh, Buzuraja and the belly. Buanzama. Buzun, I drink. I was small work and small when I one son, one cousin.
No one on go once. Mamma, Timmy. One uncle boy, I is my one on bow. I ain't uncle boy now.
Government.
And a Casa government, now which I can't say. Baby, but government needing their own or
government and MPP and CCC and
that's my NTO now. My matter, I didn't issue. Point the place. Don't phone who you mind, ain't you?
Oh, sir, Isadora, of Manchester, Namachia, Uncle Joe, Atta, Crampa, Ewan of Amton, one in the beautiful wife.
Okay.
Namachia, so the Council of Head of MPP, Mr. Joe Atta, or Ransom and a year in the jail of Namachia, the women's wing. Namaposwa, Davina Bemali. Any extra power, I mean, she's up, I mean, so degree.
Okay.
When you have been a pump, Smith, pump mobility here, any men, we know for you, and it's young. Well, I'm send me pay. Send the pay out for free, Finlandia, a friend of some free. Or your enemy, enemies of progress to the to Ghana. You know why? Well, I was on for saying. Na ekufuado I don't want to compensable
And then I was sitting and pensing, not for percent of Mama. What an ignorant. Bananta, you have to tell my own. Tell the president of Fado, and in the bottom to come on the air. And you will minor taxes and what the year a Japadiano and the Siho. I'm Papa or Kasai, what the daytime Kasai say. You rather had the Bamudu Baumia, the then vice president. 2028. Now, may I don't know about Babuji, Akunyana may say. Oh, yes, survey. You will say, you lack a hospital, and I'm a boy. And in a year, see a 100 agenda 111. And I never put for the president who was the same. Every district, the district hospital for Beko. Now, I'm a pressure now, a walk 37 minutes from Fanochano as well. But there was no space to say, space to oil, for the best for my president, the Kufado Goanye. There was no space for that. You who said the need is said, build a hospital in every district. Almost on 4, I think it's our Yelena, that you have some American water. What good one was it? Now, yes, commission, I was there. Everything is said, including bed. I didn't hear me yet. And then I hear on the money, man, I catch it, automatic nurses posting me, a teacher's posting, I don't know. The hospital man should be yes in Messenego, Philly Kadochi. Winter, children hospital, Philly Kadochi, I was there.
Okay.
And she did the best in Negu, Adianaka. For what to go 1 year, you want to chew on Cano. And also, President Buffer and Yamana. Also, for go and do your survey very well. That's why I want to get work.
Okay.
The important best is this thing, I do this a bed. Not 90% completion. You read on the money, Mama. How do now call and change for so many was? You need to set the priority right. Yes, you will be this. You're trying to scale of preference and avalanche on the one.
You know, and I am trying to embody to now be some baby.
May you see now, Papa, or say your boss of a school for a headmaster for the Chicago Master and continuing my school. No, I can't promise a very crucial, I'm a cry, manageable, and who wanted to get it. But I'm what's your Ghana? 80% and who are year, and who are 9 and who are TV, you class 400,000 annually.
Okay.
From Brazil, US, Poland, and in the Netherlands. So, Papa, you will be a son of a car, and I said, 9 years over here. I could best start because I want you met me. I export to be near Shediaba. I didn't know if you are for an export. And you because say, a free any boarding. I can't hear your problem solved. It's in 2028, and I do Mahmoud Bamian.
Now, that's a Jeffrey, ain't you?
Oh, thank you. That's a
no, your pa, Monsway. Okay, ain't you?
You, Midasiminia. One say, at times, me can't say beer, Nipa feel Sabia may move in name Tianima, but show say Oboson for Cassa. No, Tia. Ubaka say, Upia or 10 years. 10 years, quite the same what you may be a catra. Now, hey, your hospitals be Ghana. Simply say Confanochi, teaching hospitals. What I say? Until you are able to crank and fuck. But in Kasa district hospitals here, you see, what out the Beko, na say refer a biboma, ya refer what back Confanochi. What I say? And to say, Obi, Yadeka Caribbean, Nasi Bianca, a Trebum district, a hospital with me at Takala. Instead, say hospital new one, near the back of Anochi, not what I had a choke.
Okay.
Yakase, no bed now. And don't you say, and Panu Bini Ho, but capacity now, I wonder an idea. Who see we are, won't mean by movie or Namegua. What was the then of ye? And then I was and patent in the coma. Won't me for so far patenting could see me.
Yeah.
And she said, a friend say, a patient in the back, not some and Pan Sway ma, and you can say, the bed in the bin will be a ma. No, and you almost so 40, Mammy can't say. You can say, no better, no, just say, Ubia basis a bed in every day more. No, it's a bed in the bureau, not Nipama, and the good one or honor. Ye team fa bi nka ho bio. It's na na Akufo Addo ACC sa agenda 111 yi. Said the hospital yade bi ne accidents bi no wo ho a ye de pe ko ho no mom. Instead say ye be so o nyina de o maba Konfanochi and 37 and say police hospital a hospital akase a is the main purpose ne say for referrals.
Yeah.
Ye wo kroma yi. Usa bibi ye wa uhudi kan ko GP wa na meboa.
Okay.
And I say ye do be ko emergency. Na emergency for it to na say ye idea na ye come out we biada na meboa. Yes, bia we have no ya no sorry na wo ko ayi e friend say teaching hospital say wo sa ho ya de nti obo for me what you know from pa de bia me sa bosom sem na wo de akire na e mo odwe mu mie because ade we a simple thing also hu what I say a simple thing also hu yeah nti mo na just me fa we nka ho say because tie pa say ayi de bia me take say mo say edwa market any hospital say you chrome even say me say me kuma say me kwada so na me hia de o ayi kejeti a metimi akọ say dwoma de metimi akọ akoto aba na me boa but hospital there ade ka bibi ya de ka obi na say you want bibi nearer to the person it will save the life and me boa
sure
Ati se obisi o sisi hospital se de banya nipa yenkwa e bo yenkwa ho banya wo se market na wo decide e we echi oposonfo wadwene wo form
ai butre nya butre Jeff Michechi I'll say anope yema shout out to Miss Man CEO of Kona Restaurants and Bar inside Osu Accra our we drew London abontin sunti say anope Moachi Papa himself here, CEO of Kona Restaurant and Bar inside Osu. And the restaurant in Wanti. We'll be to London. One I can say.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
But you did the quiz, because if you meet him.
Quiz meet him, you.
Yeah, me tell you one to be an ended year since here, and my friend say. And the pennies limits are sending me, you shame me.
Yes, remember you.
And they say, Omo person me Thanksgiving.
Omo ya day.
Omo Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Okay. Tell last year we not this year.
Last year we Masha said, last year we me say, oh ya Thanksgiving me then I was saying can you isi.
Naturally, nyama papa be flu.
Yes, na me year Thanksgiving that you then you see.
Now Ufu say winya.
Maminka Masha say asofo akese oso Ghana no. Ani ahemfo. Ani abosom obi bia Masha say obi beba kasa asem no. Yeah, ye Thanksgiving that you no. Ani na ye mpanifu nipa 8. Pray ko share some what here. What talk no what to say wufu. Minia me yam chichimi mama Ghana. Hwe ye wo anyami bebre wo wiase. That Thanksgiving no. One thing I mean, a year come on. If you say, last year, so move fear, and then with no radio struck. Movie be a la, of it said, Australia, no, why Tasman make it say, yes, so listen, young thing. Oh my God, no one should ye. That Thanksgiving, no, I last year, no. So my God, none nipple your fear, and you see, and there, and the pay make clay on my gunners.
Okay.
You know, now one thing you pa all the name. Then you find the pen work up okoya about thing. Oh my God, for me and I mean, you see a magic you. I mean, yes, you know, we're saying, I'm right, dear Mamma Gano. Some penny for me, then I'm quiet, go no idea. She's saying, you go this thing. Oh, by Ghana, Yami, no, turn away you. Oh my God, penny for. See, I mean, what's soon? I won't show you. The judgment day will hold Mobibiero. And see, start Thanksgiving, no, and the family just work out the rule say, oh, won't show ye. Won't she is here because Ghana is here. I'm a gun 24. Won't she? I mean, yes, me actually. Then is that for you, no. I make you on what time for. I make said, no more can my servants. Won't she? Mama, I'm serious, because and the pay. Yeah, okay.
Yati we futu. Nyamisha, aye.
Yeah.
Okay. Inti yenu ya kwesi le yenti yoni yanko baya.
Yo Valentine minchi na minchi madam ela. Any anu abakasa nyina ni yensa hin ma onam kwanso ba. Oh, enu ana emso ni nwa Jeffrey akanye because obozun photo le bi na say one year research ye na over radio so over be boom when you want. See I say no bed na. Oh, so we are now ko hospital. You emergency center wo no ma best decision. It is an emergency center and so ho ye ma e fa no mo fa nkoto. And only it is so because no bed. And yes, a hospital in a bed anymore. Emergency center and bed you be by emergency at home. Near Sana Sanya did not command the hospital bedroom. And on the video, that is the main problem.
Okay.
It's no Nialamina Kwame Kwame Pekamokan is a Timothy. Empire now bomb out Domahama. I'm saying, Yajuma. I was they are rather careful. Because after a whole day, a Kufado Betnasu in Tiamoche, Anoma Grand Fisro, I'm a bofom. Anoma, when Fisro, I'm a bofom. Tomama by ya helicopter, Moji Papoya Gold, Mojuman. Na Akoshashi, I'm a move, a Nipa Mochi, I'm a woman, cabinet minister, when you. And for love, beautiful young girls, Echo Dumo and Nujan employment, Keke. And no stampede. Because I don't know the sort of government you guys are governing over there. Why can't you use your brains to do something better? But always you want incident to happen before you think. Why? Na ekolansia, emansia, no you. You were on one if you try from Bodo School, I want to valid no students in your near shoot to one. One more round or no more incident. You have by this time the ordeal they are going through. What do you think is going to happen to them in future? And no sir, Colin Dunsnia, almost free GBA, sorry. No, so team. Akwaya kwa kashi, mo yewu. Ni na yewu pa ye ya usu boma do mahame yu. Kenya me sisi. Yewu honum, I'm a hospital. Agenda 111 because of baumiti and dasuntimu se yenye. Na mwa kwenye uirinyam, wa uwo mampong. And na uirinyam no kwa uwa wakamende nene kwa America because the hospital ni Ebola. Na nipa wei. So yes, I deal with us. We are President Papa. Then I say we are. Yet the home is so fun crime. Never. Not Lindo Club. I could Jalisa Hotel for the I could Jessica 250 million for the award. Then so fell for one crime. No, on the home in Yaji. Wow. And you might do a lot of us and call you my one kind of press because I didn't also get years. Hospital, any market, one Katanka was on board to the hospital is near the market is what going to be.
Okay.
Now, I can say market near 24-hour market. If you know, where we got the way they are not by the way they are not. And I did really from Muja, and what is o'clock to take the crown who you are. Now, because this is our market where she car, yet you have to hold almost said, and your oil money, you be by a hospital, no, over here, I just the president 24-hour confusion market and a WCCP. Now, obeying through every idea. And also, because nobody can any year is so. And I never change over a Greek minister and the foreign finance minister. Nobody to question him, no more. Over a Mama Yaraga, any speaker, no so much as seen, so more. Over a student, any council of elders, or your meeting, no, I walk out. The movement will be new. A Japan never come apart.
All right. And then so Her Excellency Mrs. Sabazita Benson, High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, and then Awoda, and all wishes. Any happy birthday to Her Excellency Mrs. Sabazita Benson, Ghana High Commissioner to the United Kingdom. We thank her for her service, leadership, and commitment to the Ghanaian community. We wish her good health, happiness, continued success the year ahead. Happy birthday, our dear sister. Intinde Sabazita Benson. Nawoda. Oba you.
Good morning, Valentine.
Morning. Now, what to say?
Over there, another room.
Okay.
It's me a solid near the Sedamano. Ever.
Yeah.
But you have your phone, you know, branding to me, my body, baby. Name me there. Appeal na here me because red way in the wa. Just say, I said, Sabi, and quench you. Obi and Tia Dakokra, and I come at you.
Into that creation and do no.
I am Munum near, but Munum Ben answer. I'm veteran, saying hard than it, yeah.
Oh, ever had green pine, and
then a bang hard drink, come about Dumun answer. Now, what would see a chicken bench, and one. Your Bob would dinny. A bit made a maybe bow dinner chiawa. May buy a silver collection, I'm about. Maybe my boat didn't chiao, ever red way so. While brass silver collection wouldn't be me yet. Okay. Maybe the end no. Ain't no, yet here for you now, and right, your mammy is soon me. I was what the lady ever quack Jawa Dawson. Okay. More my promising you now, meaning say a juma and a bread into Mubetia. Now there be a make us a mamma man, yes, sir. Your chita for a binom. And nay, yanya casanum quane, dear. This media budget, Ivan, one woman to be done in a can woman. Yes, it will be answer. I am a fabroso, but yet you know. You're not so. Auntie Mary, me, I still have and I can find with the enemy. It's minimum amount to I want for mammy. Now, my minimum amount to me, then my truck. I'll say £50. And I make drunk to her. This is our dear mammy. Now, me, I
can't Van Dyke Union to friend now.
I want for mammy Van Dyke could see me a fabram and I am ramming my council. That him, Master Beba, Nottingham, Chairman D. That him, and run our boy, and men Sanka, it may train anyone cast our dear. And man by red dressing, you know, woman, you know, busy, Naya, and money dear, near Memma, Nana Kwame, near Uncle Joe, no Kwame Peckham more. Nana Lucy mente wonka. Nana bisa mente wonka. And the bread, Mabu Bomwa mente monkanina, imagine so, or red way, and now may I be. Eva. Yeah. Yo. Wait no na, and ma papaya of freshly Finlandi. A brebina me bremo beka se koku bimpe. Anyone fake, so 1 year MPP near, and Komu Manon ko represent it, a ye or they say, graduate station. Me bremu wo mo say se wo bakuo ni mu a na se wo do obi ko ba bia yenya dadafo no munhu yen because e bia dan wo mo hom pataku enu wo mo do odwan ngoma e ho no bedi na se me mo kwaku be mpane ofa ka bia de wo de to me so na me so me bodua onfa na bosum ni modua enu wanti me ameka ho asem bi on se wo kasa no na wei na wo na na misa wo pesa wo kwayi kwaku bimpe wo ho na be communication director. Just listen to yourself. If I won't be wo be kika MPP fo mienu ti abom moju me dia no papa ye yi ni ju me dia no ebra bi o ya ma ayi de won ko school da na de bi man award kwa me peka mo ye nyansani ye man award o hu se me ne kwa me peka me ja banta ene one kwa me panyini ayi Marcus ene ayi o mu tisi kwa me peka so ene o matake kwa me peka ma abesi na because o mo passion wie da bia wo person mo kika ye yetibom yes ye dim sa de ne ye wonim de ne nyansa ye deda ketani sum ye so agine e de ade pabre Ghana fo tie de nsiasa le kan asama nsiasa le kan ye ne se COVID ne ba ye no ene ye hunu se ye ni hospitals bebre enti hospitals akase na choku a bed ni ho wo chilemu wanka wukro mu kasa hausa en wanka Latin wo chilemu se na ma ye hunu se ye be bre enti na wasi esisi agenda 111 e free nyansani na dwene mu bobel Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Bawumia etim na wo begina ho wutu hoi be check na nami sampoa se na ayi bed na essence wiem mattress na ne bed ni sinse na sinse bole bamboy na sinse bulindi na sinse Northern Island wo be champoa ye be champi wutu way be champoa ye be champi ma ne kan sinse se na Burkina Faso leader ɛna Jomama adamfo no Russia leader president ɛna Jomama nadamfo no na ɛdeɛ ya mi li bɛka ye kura sɛ musuo a li bɛka ye ya da bia na meka ya me de sɛ me nuanom kwa me peka me obi agye atum sɛ moment asa abosum wura wo bɛba bede bosum anim abɛtwitwi fam no na nananom so gu Jomama anim asem mo na nya no nko awo ɔmane boa mayi ase kura mpo no hwɛ oye na esi hɔ hwɛ mɔti amfra na ɛfa ye hwɛ first lady ye nyane amfa na nkɔsɛ ka mu a nka bia bibi kura bukum no ejuwe na ye wu papa
ati oba
sɛ de ye nwia bi bɛka mo sɛ ba ma ye nka enti boa mo de mo te hɔ na mo se NDC National Destroyer Congress ebe ye bibi pama wo de mo mogya na etwa ne ye maso. Thank you.
So go to the bedroom so the dust will not go into you. Okay. You want to go to the room? Okay.
Hello. Okay. Hello, Nini. Hello, Nini.
Hello, Val.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Val, it look as if the MPPs, they are confused. Why are they attacking Obosumfo? Why are they attacking Obosumfo? They don't have nothing to say.
Obosumfo didn't go straight to the point. He was going to mention Nanemisa to make some allegations, and that's why I think they are attacking him. So if he comes, yes, if you focus on what President Mahama is doing, then that's it. That's the way you do.
Yeah, but if somebody comes to bring Dandam and lies, he has to come intervene.
No,
to
but
intercept.
there was no lies. So he was accusing Nanemisa. That's why I think. But this is our occupational hazard, so you just go ahead. Let's listen.
I know. Valentine. Yeah. The MPPs, they are confused. Okay. You know, they are confused and stranded. So all these things that they're bringing on board, would that make them to come to power? It's a question mark. Lee will just, sit down in his house and start putting in some figures and come on air to pronounce it. It's all propaganda and liars, propaganda manufacturers and lie manufacturers. This is the way they are, right off the beginning of independence. These sort of people have made Ghana to be the way it is today. If not because of them, Ghana would have been a welfare country. Look, Jomama went to Belarus.
No, but the point is, why the president is affiliating himself with people who are autocratic. That is the bone of contention. This is like somebody who don't want the democracy to be experienced. And that person has sat on the throne for the past 32 years without any elections. Why is the president having that euphoria?
I tell you what.
Quickly.
Look, we cannot go and dictate what they should be doing over there. So if there's something that is prosperous, that we have to go and pick it from there. Mm-hmm. And because of the time that he has been on, that shouldn't be a cup of tea.
Because you see, the problem is the president wants people to come and invest. So when somebody has been tagged to be an autocratic leader, and that person has been, he has that authority that he's not going to allow his country to go into elections, subsequent elections. And then the President Jomama wants people to come to Ghana to invest. Then you go and affiliate yourself with such a person. Don't you think you are trying to, like you are driving away people who think that man has been autocratic and you want to align with him? Don't you think it's going to be an indespicable decision for you?
Let me tell you,
quickly.
This shouldn't be our cup of tea because we need something better for our country. That's why he spent 5 days there because he went through all the agricultural sectors.
Okay.
And he has found something better for Ghana. So what are we doing? What is our problem? We're talking too much, Ghanaians. And this is the talking is coming from the MPP who are derailed, who don't know nothing. Right. They think they have the men, but they don't know nothing. MPP, I'm telling them today, they said they have the men, they have the people. We have the people, and we select the men from the people. MPP, they are derailed. They think this will bring them to power. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Look. Lee, I don't know. Kwambekam is attacking Dachima is attacking Obosumfo, and all of them attacking Obosumfo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Akejo.
But wait, our time no continue. Me chair we share phone na why?
Okay.
Na me chair me search na because phone na. Your friend say ni ni or say yeah attack you so for me so my try to am so be attacking because about radio no so about so say we provoke listeners no because then some of Kenya so operate a president mama no just say we say a negative because president mama tell why na me da your friend say Dr. Insiasare or back some the papa mama niaje.
Okay.
So send the sikata why they agenda 111 and anything for ahwo ya ntino to say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia initiative nti say yo mo ya na ya dia sa bo man ya fa sa bo man
okay
which is and sorry sa enso yirifa o man Ghana no president Akufo-Addo Emma your friend say general secretary no wo krom ha say your friend say Dr. Kisi omuna na omu yes our works no e wo Accra say dia sa fraud ni nyina so betwa and omu buy omu ayen basa na 24 hours mpacho wo ekrom ha wo 24 hour market wa ha say mpacho wo bi wo krom ha
ya bi ni
okay propaganda no dey me da say pinti e be kasa why
Angejo Erasi. Last caller, 2 minutes now. Yanko so for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Morning.
Could you wait there? Bonito na yanko your time na so.
Nini o se Lili o se oni obusumfo na enemy wo omuso.
No.
These two people have no shame. Your government is in power. Oba attacking MPP. MPP no more opposition. What will we benefit from them? You, the people that are in power, no? Are you not ashamed of yourself? Say up to almost 2 years, okay. You come and sit here and say, then MPP person mobile power. Are they a Ghana for you know MPP for? And over 5-6 million for no to about no MPP for. You see, mobile se muni bibi kan on. Munya sa na de be attack. Na mo be yo ha no cause emfa.
Okay.
Muni say Mahama na mo de na siso no. Onim hwe. So if you can't defend what he's doing, because there is nothing to defend, you know. Moba, that's all you do. And then I'm a mountain too, the Midwest and China. Why?
Okay. So for assuming ho, radio need them boko. It is so for thank you.
Let's get started. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
All right, inti enko so for esumi ho na all the nyamsem abre anope anti
Bishop Bible Benjamin every
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
All the way from Ghana, Reverend Eddie Austin from Cape Coast branch, and then on the Nebabe Casano on the Avon Pie.